Hey guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you're a UFC fan. As we all know, I've already done a prediction on Tony Ferguson moving up to welterweight to take on Li Jingliang. I think Li Jingliang will knock out Tony Ferguson, but as we all know, it's my job to come up with a case and scenario how I think the guy I don't think wins the fight can win the fight. Tony Ferguson can win this fight. I think the weight gain will help him because he's not gonna have to worry about cutting as much weight, or maybe not any weight at all, to go down to 155. So he's actually saving his body. I think that'll help him in this fight. Um, I think even though he's had problems with grapplers, Ji Ling, Li Jingliang, I'm sorry I'm saying this guy's name wrong. He has fought sloppy in his last fights with grappling. He's been finished himself a few times. So Tony Ferguson needs to utilize his experience. I think he's gonna have a reach advantage in this fight. So I'm not gonna say he needs to stay on the perimeter too much. He's gonna obviously open up and try to light him up like a Christmas tree, like he did RDA. But I think he needs to open up like he did with Chandler. That's his best chances of inflicting damage, but not just stand there and inflict pain like he did with Chandler. Even though I don't think Tony's an elite level wrestler, I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's good enough to take somebody down and submit them. Or if this fight ends up on the ground and he's on his back, he can still submit you. I mean, we've seen guys like Kevin Lee that took him down and beat him up. He still comes back and gets a submission victory. So I think Tony, again, light him up, hit him with some elbows, put him against the cage, have him cornered where he can't move. That way you're less you're less likely, to get knocked out or get hit real hard and get dropped. And keep Li Jingliang in front of you. Don't let him spin around. Be okay with putting that guy in a clinch. That way he can't hit you with a big elbow. That way he can't hit you with a big shot. I think he needs to do that and eventually take him down. Put him in a guillotine or an anaconda choke or a Darce choke like he's done in the past. And if this fight gets to the ground and he's on the bottom, he shouldn't be too worried because he's good with triangle chokes. I think he used one against Kevin Lee. He's good with submissions. He's had quite a few submission victories. He just hasn't used it as much lately because he hasn't needed to. I think his last submission victory was against Kevin Lee 5 years ago when he won the interim title. So Tony Ferguson can win this fight by submission if he needs to. Again, guillotine choke, look for submissions. Close the distance, put Li Jingliang against the cage. Keep everything in front of you if you're Tony Ferguson. Inflict damage. Go after him early and often. And don't put this fight in the middle of the cage. Don't leave distance to get hit with a big elbow, even though you have a reach advantage. And again, just control the positioning of the fight. And Tony Ferguson does not really need to put this fight away early. He can take his time. I think he's going to be in better shape than Li Jingliang. Even in the fights he was losing, he was never really out of the fight as far as his cardio. So cardio's never a problem. I think he will go 3 rounds better than Li Jingliang will. So if he can get past the first round, midway through the second round, he has a chance to win this fight. In other words, I'm saying the longer the fight goes, the more in favor it should be of Tony Ferguson. And again, one more thing for Tony Ferguson. Avoid getting hit with anything big. Be patient. If he can do these things, he can win this fight and keep his career intact and probably get a title shot in the near future if he keeps winning.